Hey, what's going on? Doing another gameplay video, and right now it is 6:16 in the morning. So, again with this fucking goddamn law enforcement building up case shit I've been working on, here's my question. Okay, so I type in, this just doesn't make no fucking sense. Why has anyone applied the 1927 Law Enforcement Accountability Act? And I'm gonna put it back to fucking here. There is no federal stature in the U.S. called the 1927 Law Enforcement Accountability Act. The name likely refers to a moral, legitimate, proposed was or a bill at the state or local level that has not been widely applied, okay, or enacted as a board national law. Now, if we read more, so this doesn't make no fuck. What do you mean it says there's no fucking structure in the U.S. called the 1927 Act when it's fucking right here, dude? Oh, wait, I fucked up. Let me fucking do that again. Bear with me, I kinda... I'm an idiot. Hold on, guys, I fucked up. Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck is all this shit? 17. This was meant to be, gentlemen. 1727. Okay. Okay, why has anyone applied the 1727 Law Enforcement Accountability Act? Let's read on. The 1727 Law Enforcement Accountability HB 1927 was proposed to make it easier to sue police. Interesting. For constructional rights. Violation by any qualified immunity in state court, allowing case-by-case review of misconduct and increasing transparency with settlement disclosures, while heavily supported by civil rights groups like the ACLU and past comment known as around 2021-2023. The bill faced options and aimed to give citizens a fair chance to hold bad apples accountable, but it doesn't appear to have fully become a universally applied law in the way a federal act would. Okay. You know, this is what doesn't make no fucking sense. Like, I wonder what took so long for this act to apply. That means we won't have no law enforcement anymore. You realize that, right? It was Cinnamon's state level push for police reform. Now, like I told you before, I'm gonna fucking get a new YouTube channel, post this shit. I don't care if I get banned, but I won't get banned, because if they do ban this, they're going to federal prison for what they did to me. I got a concussion, died. I didn't have the right medications. They refused me medical treatment, and I got over-drugged. I got over-drugged back in IDOC, Stateville, in Joliet, Illinois. Over-drugged. Wasn't getting the right fucking food, spoiled food. And I haven't took my meds for 30 hours when I transferred to Taylorville Correctional Center, and 33 hours in Hill Correctional Center when I transferred from there. And I died again. And yeah. And by a miracle, I rose from the dead, reincarnation myself, back in form, and was still the same guy, and resurrected myself. And that's really rare for a person to do without medical treatment. So this is why I'm going to get this act signed. And there won't be no law enforcement anymore. And we'll just have to dedicate this to marshals and families and all that other good stuff. Yeah. And that was for you, Dave the Usher. Anyway, key provisions and goals of Illinois HP 1727. You know, here's what I was talking about before, guys. If you haven't been paying attention, now here's what's going to happen when law enforcement lose their rights, civil rights. They're pretty much going to be, well, you get it. Ends qualifying immunity, removes legal shields, qualified immunity to protect officers from lawsuits for violating constitutional rights in the state court. Allows state lawsuits. Enables individuals to sue officers directly in Illinois courts for state constitutional violations like excessive force. Case-by-case review. Lets courts assess misconduct claims on their merits rather than dismissing them based on board immunities. Transparency. Kaylin, this is for you. Requires, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Sarah, this is for you. One complaint is to publicly disclose settlements and judgment from these lawsuits. And this is, well, you guessed it, from me. Why it was proposed the why of application, lack of accountability. Parents argued qualified immunity creating an almost insurmountable barrier to justice, letting misconduct go unpublished. Public support. The ACLU and others cited strong public. The fuck is this? Bakeling for holding officers accountable. Focus on bad apples. The bill aimed to identify and display rogue officers, improving overall police integrity. Status. The bill was actively debated and advanced in Illinois communities, showing significant movement, but it didn't become federal law. And its final board application as a singular 727 Act across the U.S. isn't the case. Instead, it represents a key moment in state-level effects to reform policy by tackling qualified immunity. So here's what's going to happen. I have the power to do it. Why? Because I take heart transplant medications. And if I don't get those medications, I could die. And I'm going to expose this on social media and fucking YouTube and all that shit. And it says right here, after decades of inaccessible police abuse, current Illinois law still protests out of control officers from being held accountable for violating constitutional rights of people. These protections do not serve good police officers. They do not serve our communities. They only serve bad apples. In our state's police ranks, one of the most harmful protections given to bad apples is qualified immunity, a concept created by courts that often create an insurmountable barrier that justifies for those whose rights have been violated. So if they lose immunity, what does that tell you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? What does that tell you? Come on, it's not rocket science. What does that tell you? That marshals have to take disciplinary action. You guessed it. And this is why this bill hasn't been signed into law. Now, I'm gonna fucking zoom in on this a little bit. It passed the bill introduction, passed House community, has passed the House floor, passed Senate community, passed Senate floor, and signed into law. So here's what's gonna happen. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna make it go into effect. Now, with my condition, heart condition, I died for my fucking country. Now here's what's gonna happen. This is for you, marshals. It's gonna pass the House floor. It's gonna pass the Senate community. It's gonna pass the Senate floor. And it's gonna sign into law. And we're not gonna have no more law enforcement. Leave your comments, like, and subscribe to my channel. Sign off.